Igama lami ngiwumfundisi. Sengisebenzile la Sitoni iminyaka emithathu. Umsebenzi wami engiwenzayo ngigada inkomo ukuthi iphila kanjani. Ngithanda wona ukugada inkomo. Ngithanda kakhulu inhliziyo yami. Awukho omunye umsebenzi engiwuthanda kakhulu esiqwini ngaphandle kwalokho. Kimi kubuhlungu kakhulu ukubulawa kwalezi zilwane ngibona abantu beyibulala ngoba manje kimi sifana nomndeni wami. Ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngiphile ngazo bengiholele ngoba ngisebenza nje ngiyakwazi ukuthi bengiholele abaqashwa bami ukuthi ngoba uyasebenza lezi zilwane uthola nansi imali uhamba uyosupport ingane ekhaya. Manje mangibona zifa inhliziyo yami iba buhlungu kakhulu. Angazi ukuthi ngingenza kanjani ukuze bekwazi ukuthi laba bantu abayibulalayo.
We've explored all the options that we have available to us to try and prevent us from losing more rhino, and we have to dehorn our entire population. You know, from a personal perspective, I would rather say stuff it. We're going to fight. We will not deface our rhinos, but I know that I'm going to attend the next crime scene tomorrow or the day after, and I'm going to think to myself, well, what if we dehorn these animals and they would be alive? It's quite an emotional decision to make because it's difficult for us, you know, we're defacing these iconic, amazing animals in order to try and keep them alive. It's only a matter of time until you won't be able to see a live rhino with horns on in the wild. We're just trying to do what we can on the ground to keep these animals alive.
Kunzima ukuxoxa kakhulu ngesipiliyoni ngoba sengisebenze kakhulu nalezilwane toti ngize ngalimala ngawubuya bongolezane ngashaywa ngongolezane sengaze ngamethufondo lokubhejana ngathi ungolezane. Kusho ukuthi-ke lokho kwanginika isipiliyoni sokuthi ngingazesabi. Isikhathi esiningi bengizesaba kodwa wathi uma usungishayela ubhejane ngasemba nesibindi esikhulu. Uma ngulandela lo bhejane ngulandele ngifune ngalensende so futhi mangene ehlathini kanti ihlahla incane kangiboni kahle kanti sengiseduze nayo insindi sikhala kakhulu angiboni ihlahla incane kakhulu asihlahla sokugibela mangithi yabheka ubhejane nawe esibuze ngifake ibhokoro nami mangithi ngiyabaleka ubhejane silaye eduze kimi ngijika ngehlahla futhi ngishayela uphondo lwaphuma la eceleni bangishayisa ngalokhu uma lenyongo kwabaleka lesikhathi susumsindo sengikhala ubhejane kwabaleka. Inkinga enkulu yokubulala lezi zilwane ngiphatha kabuhlungu phela ngoba lezi zilwane lezi senesikhathi eside sisenza ngazo. Manje izigebengu ziyibulala iphinde impondo ubuhlungu kakhulu ngoba lezi zilwane ziphethe mina ziphethe ingane zami. Kulile manje ngazo ingane zami ziyafunda ngazo kodwa manje uma beyibulala kubuhlungu ngiyajabula nje kakhulu ngoba sebezamile ukukhipha impondo.
So this is our third year of drought. We've had below average rainfall years the last 2 years, and this year's been incredibly bad as well, which has left the landscape denuded of grass. We are in a serious drought at the moment, and the animals are battling. It's no longer a natural system. We've had to intervene and try and solve the problem and pull through until we get rain. So we're buying truckloads of food on a weekly basis and then having to distribute that throughout the reserve. So there's enough feed at various different points. All the managers and their staff that are involved in the reserve are now having to spend their time on feeding animals. So they use their vehicles to load feed, taking it, dropping it off at the different feeding sites, monitoring it, mixing feed, etc. But our drought relief program in terms of feeding is working very well, and we're able to keep our rhino alive as well as all the other animals. But it's hugely cumbersome, and it's a day-to-day thing now. Before we used to spend a lot of our time on other conservation work, where this year we are focusing 90% of our time on only feeding animals. We've never had to feed. We used a natural system where the sort of animals sustain themselves, and now we're aiming to get involved at a seriously small scale to make sure we keep them alive. We're very excited to bring the 2 orphaned white rhino back to the reserve. Ithuba's mother was shot in April last year, which left him orphaned, and he was sent to the orphanage rehabilitation facility. And a couple of months later, Thando got stuck in the mud as a result of the drought and the low dam levels, separated from its mother, and we had no other choice but to send him to the rehabilitation facility as well. We'll be bringing them back to the reserve, putting them in a boma with a full-time monitor who will ensure that they're being fed and cared for, and will slowly reintroduce them into the wild.
Leave a light on in the wild, 'cause I'm coming in a little blind, dreaming of a lighthouse in the woods, shining a little light to bring us back home. When to find you